There's a killer on the loose in Milwaukee, and the victim's family says the man wanted for pulling the trigger should have been locked up at the time.
Fox 6 investigator Brian Polson shows you why one of Wisconsin's most wanted criminals keeps getting caught, then released.
The subject of today's video is a menace to society that is terrorizing the city of Milwaukee. Whenever he commits a crime, he gets locked up, posts bail, then is right back on demon time. Every time he gets out, he commits an even worse crime than the one that just got him locked up. He is accused of committing a murder and was recently arrested after 3 months on the run. The subject of today's video is none other than Kenneth Twyman, and today we're going to be telling his story. But before we get into the video, please be sure to like and subscribe. If you know anything about Milwaukee, then you know that it's been out of control lately. You have groups like the Kia Boys there that are a group of mostly teens and underage boys who steal cars for joyrides. They often crash the cars or abandon them after they run out of gas and cause large amounts of property damage. Just this year, there have been over 4,000 victims of car theft in Milwaukee. Not only is Milwaukee having to deal with crazy amounts of car thefts, they also have to deal with the continuous rise of violent crime in the area. Milwaukee keeps breaking records for violent crimes, with 142 homicides this year so far, surpassing the record set last year. Nearly 90% of these homicides have been the result of gun violence, and nearly 60% of these homicides have gone unsolved. But of all the terror that the people of Milwaukee have been dealing with lately, Kenneth Twyman appears to be one of the worst of it. According to both WorldPopulationReview.com and CBS News, Milwaukee is one of the top 10 most dangerous cities in America, and Kenneth Twyman is one of the main reasons why. Kenneth Twyman's reign of terror on the city of Milwaukee began in 2018. In September of 2018, Twyman led Milwaukee officers on a high-speed chase that ended when Twyman crashed into an SUV with a mother and 3 young children inside. As officers approached the crash scene, Twyman ran off into the darkness and disappeared. The police proceeded to search his car, and there they found half a pound of marijuana, 4 grams of cocaine, a gram of heroin, 3 digital scales, a Glock 22 40 caliber handgun, a box of ammunition, and 7 flip-style cell phones. On one of his phones, police found videos that proved how little regard Twyman had for those around him. In one video in particular, Twyman can be seen firing a Glock with a switch until the clip was empty out of an open window while driving through a residential neighborhood. Twyman would successfully evade the police for 2 months until the U.S. Marshals Service picked him up in Arkansas in December of 2018. Once taken back to Milwaukee and processed into jail, a Milwaukee County judge set his bail at $3,000 cash. Months later, in June of 2019, Twyman posted bail and got out. He was free to roam the streets and continue to cause havoc. Since then, he's been in and out of jail at least 3 times, skipping court hearings at least 6 times along the way. In January of 2022, U.S. Marshals went to get him again. This time, they found him in a bedroom at his mother's Milwaukee apartment. They also found a 9mm handgun, a 17-round magazine, 2 pounds of marijuana, and $4,700 in cash. 4 days later, a man named Benny Williams, who identified himself as a family member of Twyman's, paid $7,500 to bring him out of jail. 3 months after being released, Twyman is accused of doing something heinous that proves why he never should have been released from jail in the first place. On Thursday, April 14th, 2022, at approximately 11:30 p.m., Milwaukee police officers David Michaels and Zachary Fetan were dispatched to a shooting at 3115 W. Fond du Lac Avenue. Upon their arrival at that location, which was a GPC Quick Mart, the officers found a black male, subsequently identified as Tayvon Luckett, lying on the ground, face up near the front doors of the Quick Mart. Officer Michaels observed blood coming from Tayvon's mouth and a gunshot wound to his neck. Officer Michaels was unable to locate his pulse. Officer Michaels began chest compressions to Tayvon until members of the Milwaukee Fire Department arrived and provided medical assistance to Tayvon. In spite of those efforts, Tayvon was pronounced dead at 11:55 p.m. on April 15, 2022. Milwaukee Police Detective Cassandra Linder interviewed someone referred to as TJ, a person who had called 911 regarding the shooting. During that interview, TJ provided the following information regarding the shooting of Tayvon. TJ told police that at about 11:30 p.m., he was picked up by Tayvon, and after being picked up, Tayvon said that he wanted pizza rolls. Tayvon drove to the GPC Quick Mart and parked near the front entrance. Tayvon then went inside the store while TJ remained in the car. Less than 5 minutes later, Tayvon exited the store, walked to the car, opened the front door, and tossed a box of pizza rolls into the car. TJ then heard Tayvon say, "Kenny." Upon hearing Tayvon say Kenny, TJ turned and saw a person exiting the gas station. TJ saw Tayvon and Kenny walk towards each other and shake hands. TJ then looked away and immediately heard several gunshots. TJ ducked, but then looked back and saw Tayvon lying on the ground and Kenny standing a few feet away from him. TJ saw that Kenny was holding a gun that was pointed towards Tayvon. Kenny then ran to a silver Infiniti and entered the car through the rear driver's side door. The Infiniti then sped out of the lot. TJ got out of the car, ran to Tayvon, and saw that he was bleeding from the neck and chest. TJ then called 911. On April 15, 2022, Milwaukee Police Detective Michael Fettel met with TJ for the purpose of showing TJ a collection of photos. That photo collection contained a known picture of Kenneth Twyman. Upon viewing the photos, TJ identified the known picture of Kenneth Twyman as being the person who shot Tayvon. Following the murder of Tayvon Luckett, Kenneth Twyman went on the run. After 10 weeks on the run, on July 6, 2022, U.S. Marshals announced that he was finally arrested. Twyman was taken into custody without incident. He was found in an apartment complex near 13th and Drexel in Oak Creek, about 22 miles from his listed home address. U.S. Marshals said they also found firearms and narcotics where he was captured. Kenneth Twyman currently has 5 open cases between Milwaukee County and Waukesha County. The most severe is a first-degree reckless homicide charge for Tayvon Luckett's murder in April. Kenneth is facing decades in prison. Let me know what you guys think of this situation in the comment section, and please be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.